Hey everybody, welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. We're really excited tonight. We've got Ron Gels, my mentor, on the call. He's available to all of us as a great resource. We've also got our cousins visiting us. We've got Gabe Brownlee, Wade Gay, and Jennifer Cook. And we're all on the same team, so I invited them to join us on our coach call. Before we get started, we've got a few new coaches to introduce to you. We're so excited to have new coaches joining us on our mission to get America healthy. So first I'm going to invite, welcome Susan and Mike. Susan, you're Terry Moore,
yes.
coaches, and I know, Susan, that you got healthy, jumped in to help your husband, Mike.
Yes.
So, and now y'all both jumped in. So go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're both really excited about it and hopefully helping other people, because that's really what I feel strongly about, passing it forward, paying it forward. I'm glad Terry brought me in to become healthier. And I already got my first person today, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, it's all about really keeping us all healthy. So yes.
That's wonderful. Very, very cool. Well, and we're really glad to. We'll be seeing a lot of you, I know.
Yeah.
And Jim, Cheryl has told us all about Jim. You and Donna have just joined our team. And will you tell us a little bit? I know Donna's in California, you're in Texas, and y'all both live sometimes in Atlanta. You have a house here too. So we're really excited to have you. Jim, will you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're excited about?
Yeah, I really appreciate Cheryl getting us involved in this. I mean, she talked to my wife here about a month ago, and I was all in on this program, and I've been a little over 3.5 weeks, and I've lost like 21 pounds. So it's just fabulous. So it's in fact, I finally met that goal I can never get over, which was under 200 pounds, probably in the last 15 or 20 years. So I'm finally under that. So on my way down on the thing, but we're really happy about it. We're out looking for people, so we signed up a couple people, and we've got about 8 or 10 that are in the hopper that we're talking to, and hopefully when we get back from vacation next week, we can get them all signed up and move forward. So are you on here, Donna?
I am. Can you see me or hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay, but you can't see me. I can see you guys. Hi, everyone. This is Donna. I'm in California for a couple of days, and I have lost 11 pounds so far. So my husband's a little bit ahead of me, but I'm working to catch up with them. But very excited to be on the new road to health, and very grateful to Cheryl for getting us involved in the program. So very excited to be, amongst such great people, and look forward to seeing everyone in Florida as well.
Yeah, they're coming to convention. They're all in, and we're very, very excited to have you on this journey with us. So thank you both, Jim and Donna. And let's see, we've got one more. Kristen, are you here?
She's on phone.
Okay. Hey, Kristen. Joy is really excited for you to join us, and I hear you just started your journey, and you've lost some weight yourself. So can you tell us? Are you there? Did you unmute yourself?
Susan, unmute me.
You are unmuted.
Oh, I am? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you muted me earlier. Well, first of all, Kristen tried to call in. She's on. She says she's on. I text her, but maybe she hadn't figured this out. This is her first time. So, and plus she has laryngitis. So,
Well, Kristen,
Yes.
Kristen, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you?
It's going in and out. I'm sorry.
All right. So,
Now I don't know why I'm sideways.
that's okay. Kristen,
Yes.
will you mute your, I muted everybody. You muted? Okay, Kristen, we were going to hear from you next week, all right? Right now, welcome, and we're glad you're on our team. Right now, we're going to turn it over. I'm going to just introduce Ron Gels, and he's going to take it away from here.
Susan, thank you very much. I'm just honored to be spend a few minutes with you and just share a little bit of where I came from and working with my clients and coaches. What I hear from everybody, which is so exciting, I hear the passion. And I've always believed that 95% of our business is passion and 5% is knowledge. And that's a great part because we know and we guarantee the program works. So there's no question about that. So we don't have to know everything, and that's why we have people put them in the bio network, that if they want to learn more, that they can even lead them to where they have to get that information from. And when I go back to when I first started, and what I try and remember is when I meet people and talk to them a little bit about what I do and if they're interested in it, people are basically, they want to know three things. They want to know, number one, does it work? And number two, can I do it? And number three, will you help me? Because like most of us, I've been on a lot of diets and I lose weight and gain weight and I never learned anything. So when I was introduced to it, to the program, those are basically what I wanted to know. And I think most of the people are really coming from the same area. So I try and find out from people. I love talking to people and finding out where they are, health-wise, wherever they are. It doesn't make any difference. Chris has been a great asset too, and just finding out about people. And so when we do have a potential client, what we do is trying to find out a little bit about where they've been, where they are. But we use the client profile sheet limited. I don't go into all the nitty-gritty in detail. But yet what I do when I find out a little bit about them is, number one, I ask them if they had a choice to create health in their life, would they? And that's the first question I ask. And then the second question I ask, if it's a yes, I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how motivated are they to create health? I don't talk about weight loss, I talk about creating health. Because we know that's the challenge, is weight loss. We know that everything leads to that also. So if they're an 8, 9, or 10, great, I'll proceed. And I said, well, that's exciting because we know we guarantee this program works. It's been around for 34 years. In fact, it was physician-based for the first 24 years, where you physically had to go to a doctor once a week, get your blood pressure, your blood work, and then you got the portion control knee replacements. And when managed care came through, doctors don't have time anymore. And that's when the coaching division of a company called Medifast, which happens to be on the New York Stock Exchange, and they manufacture their own products and they control everything themselves. And we're the professional coaching division of that company. And the value is that 95% of our coaches were clients first. And the value to you as a potential client is we've been there, done that, and nothing can happen to you that has not happened to us. So I like to lay out the program, and basically I basically lay out the program as, listen, can you eat 5 portion control meal replacements every 3? And most of them say, well, I don't know. Well, that's part of our program. So do you think you can do it? Well, yes, I can. Great. And then we have a lean and green meal, which consists of, in the case of a woman, 5.5 ounces after cooking with protein, man, 7 ounces. And it can be chicken, fish, shrimp, lean beef, lean pork chops, lean lamb chops, to eat, and including 2 cups of salad or 1.5 cups of cooked vegetables. Can you do that? Well, yeah, okay, great. So can you also drink 64 to 96 ounces of water, green tea, or iced tea? And that's very important. Let me explain why. Because our program, by eating these portion control meal replacements that are balanced with protein and carbs, what we're trying to do is get the sugars out of your body. So we get into a mild fat burning state. But the reason for drinking the water, all your calories are stored in the fat cells, but so are the toxins and pesticides. So we want to make sure you're drinking plenty so you detoxify. So that's basically how the program works. And as your coach, we're going to guide you from before you start the program until you complete it, all the way through. In other words, it's not only losing weight, because I can attest that I've lost probably 500 pounds in my life, but I've gained back 550. So as you're on the program, you're learning the habits of health. So when you lose the weight, then we're going to transition. And that means we're going to gradually remove the meal replacements, but substitute it with fruits and dairy products and grains as you had before. But it's on a gradual basis. And then after that completion, we're now going to monitor yourself by taking that number at your goal weight, multiplying by 11, and that's how many calories a day. Personally, I still use 2 or 3 of the products because, number one, they have vitamins and minerals in all of them. It only represents 300 calories, and it's really nutritious and it's good for me, and I'm on the go all the time. So that's basically how the program works. Now, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions, Mary or John? And they'll say, yeah, sure. Well, Mary, how young are you? And as soon as I say how young you are, and I see most of the people are grinning, and that's what I'm looking for. Because the next question, I say, well, Mary, how tall are you? I'm 5'6". Great. And how much do you weigh? I can't tell you. I said, well, I'm sorry, then I can't tell you the program because I want to help you get to where you want to go. So whatever that weight is doesn't make any difference because we're never going to be there again. So she'll tell me the weight. I said, okay, now where do you want to be? Well, she's 250 pounds, or he, and I'd like to lose 25 pounds. I say what? Great. Because I know that if I get 25 off, they're going to be so excited and so happy that we'll go even further. But I don't say anything other than I want to help them get where they want to be. So that's the 3 criteria that I ask for. How young, how tall, how much you weigh, and where do you want to be? And now I spend the next 2 to 4 minutes finding out 3 reasons why they want to create health in their lives. And I really want to get into the nitty-gritty, and I want to get into the emotion of it. Because emotion is what makes people move. So if I were to ask, if I'm working with a young lady and asking her why she wants to get healthy, my daughter's getting married in October, and I'd like to go from a size 16 to a 10. Fantastic. That's great. We can do that. I mean, we can do that. I'm going to guide you to that. The program's going to get you there. But let me ask you a question. Why do you want to get into a size 10? Well, because I really would like to look good for my daughter's wedding. Okay. So what kind of dress are you going to have? Is it going to be long? Is it going to be knee length? Is it going to be big calf? What color is it going to be? What type of neck is it going to have? Is it going to be long sleeve, short sleeve? In other words, I want to really get into the emotion that she can picture herself in this dress. Or a guy that wants to lose 30 pounds or 40 pounds so he can go from a size 42 to a 38 where his kids knew him when he was younger. But I want to know that I really want to get into the reason why they want that. And then the second reason, well, you know, I know my kids are going to, my daughter's going to have children, and I'd like to be able to, you know, run around and play with them as they're growing older. And right now I can't. My knees are killing or whatever it is. Well, what would be the first thing you would do if you wanted to play with them? And I get into that part. And the third reason, well, you know, I really would like to feel better about myself. I said, well, I can understand that. That's an important thing for you, isn't it? She said, yeah. And I said, I bet there's another thing. I've already written down. You want to feel good and you want to look good. Because that's where you really want to be. And that's where you deserve to be, right? Yes, great. So basically, that's explained the program. I've done the client profile. I've also asked, are there any medications that might include weight loss? Most of them say blood pressure. Okay, we'll help that. I'm diabetic. I said, well, now what type of diabetic? Are you on insulin or are you on orals? Well, right now I'm on orals, but I'm heading toward insulin. They said, well, you know, there's never been a pill out there that's been made to get rid of that. It'll put a Band-Aid on it. But in fact, I just had a call from one of my clients yesterday who's 83 years old, who's been a diabetic for 23 years. And he walked out of his doctor's office and called me. And I've had many occasions of this. But at 83, he called me and said, Ron, I walked out of the doctor's office and he said, I'll never be a diabetic again because of what I've done. At the age of 33, he's lost 37 pounds. His wife is 83 and she lost 33 pounds. But here a man at that age changed his life, but he was so excited that no more diabetic. He also cut his blood pressure by 2/3. So I'm asking those questions because I know we can care for those. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few more, maybe a minute or two, and I'm going to place a menu. I'm going to make out a menu. Then we're going to have 4 breakfast items. I'll give them the choices. We're going to have 4 drinks, give them the choices. We're going to have 4 lunches, give them the choices. We're going to have 5 bars and give them the choices. And then I'm going to do the 3 desserts and give them the choices. Then all I have to ask, I say, well, now, Bill, you're ready to go. It looks real good. All I need now is your email address, your mailing address, and your credit card. And the price of the program we're going to put you on is what we call a B-Slim, which means you're going to purchase 15 boxes of food for $273.75. You're going to get 5 free boxes, which is $91 value, but it's a full month supply. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it to you, you're not going to pay Chris and I a single penny. The company has such great success with clients. So, program for 1 month. And the reason we only want you to try it for a month is we want to make sure that you're happy with your success and where you're going. And as your coaches, we also want to be happy with success because we're going to build a relationship as we go down the road. Does that make sense? Great. So I said, now, Bill, what we're going to do is we'll place the order. It's going to take 3 to 5 days before you get it. I'm going to give you a little shopping list. Do you have a pen? Yep. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to get some sugar-free ice pops. And I like the tropicals because they're like 5 different flavors versus just the orange, cherry, and grape. Also, you can get some sugar-free Jell-O cups. That's going to give you the fruity taste, okay? Because on the program, there's no fruit, there's no alcohol, there's no bread or potatoes or things like that. Again, after we get to our goal weight, absolutely. And then I'd like you to also get some little Maggie's or Whalers beef bouillons or chicken bouillons, and those are going to be used in the soups, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to be able to I'm going to place the order. They'll ship it tomorrow. I'll be able to track it, and I know when you're going to receive it. And what I'll do is I'll call you and find out when you want to start. And we're going to spend maybe 4 or 5 minutes just laying out the food, and I'm going to explain how to make them so they taste good. They're not gourmet, but they're going to taste good. Because remember, our program isn't about food. That's what put us where we are. This is helping you to create health in your life and put you into that dress or that suit that you want. And then I'm going to call you the first 3 nights to just see how you're doing. And if the first night I call you and say, Ron, it's going okay, that's our phone conversation. Great, Bill, I'll call you tomorrow. I'm very timely and effective with my clients. I have to respect their time because I want them to respect my time. So I'm very, 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 to give you an idea, but that's how I lay it out for them, okay? Now, I have a lot of clients. I spend no more than 15 minutes a day with my clients and about an hour to an hour and a half with my coaches a day because I want to respect their time. They have their lives. I want to know how they're doing. So the first 3 nights, how are they doing? If they had a question, absolutely, I answer any question. In fact, I had somebody call me today and they said, can I have sauerkraut with some, they're going to put pork in a crock pot. I said, man, that's fantastic. That's a great vegetable. Okay, great. Hung up. That was it. So I'm always available to my clients. But the first 3 days are imperative. By the second day, I said, now, Bill or Mary, tomorrow night, it's going to be your 3rd night. You're going to be in a fat burning. That's going to be exciting. In other words, I'm giving the expectations of what's going to happen. The blood sugars are going to be more even. Your hunger pangs are going to be less and more even. And then we're going to skip a few days. I'm going to call them the 3rd day. But if you have any questions or if you want me to, I'll call you again. But we're going to call on our celebration day. And our celebration day is the day they're going to weigh in. And on that day, I call them. Bill, how'd you do this week? Great. How you feeling? Good. Are you having fun? Huh? I said, Bill, are you having fun doing this? He said, well, wait a second. I said, remember when you dieted, was that fun? He said, no. I said, are you black and blue? Are you hurting anywhere? Are you having fun with this thing? He told me he lost 8 pounds. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, it is kind of fun, Ron, because I want them to know that I'm having fun with this, and I want them to have fun with it too. And I tell them up front, if you're not having fun with this program, don't do it. There's plenty of other things that can be painful for if you want to. And that's where I really get into my clients, because I'm looking down the road but the second week, now I start asking a question or two that I don't know about them. I'm building up a dossier, or I'm building up a business resume for them to see if they're going to qualify to become a coach. Just like they had to qualify on the program, they're going to qualify to become a coach. But I have to find out about it. And that's how I run my business. Even when I'm asking 2 questions, I'm not on the phone more than 90 seconds to 2 minutes. That's it. Again, I got to respect their time, and that's important to me. But Chris and I are accessible all the time. We're open 24/7. Susan knows that. Anybody that calls me knows that. Jennifer, Gay, if they call me, they might get a voicemail, but as soon as they get off the tennis court or out of the pool, I'll call them right back, because it's important. And no matter what the question might be, if they call me, I want to make sure I get back and answer that question. So that's basically, that's it. Have fun with it. Passion, you don't have to know everything. Thank goodness. I mean, if I had it, forget it. I couldn't do it. But I do care about people. I love doing it. I have a lot of fun doing it. People know that, and I'm helping them. And then they want to become coaches. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Because we can change lives. We talk about optimal health, the healthy body, the healthy mind, and the healthy finances. And even the people that get off medications, they might not be looking for the financials of it, but if you can help them get off medications and they don't have co-pays anymore, that's a great thing. And insulin today is very, very, very expensive. So that's
awesome, is what it is. Isn't that like, how simple is that, right?
Yes.
All right, so Ron, this question comes up a lot. So you call someone, it's a second weekend, let's say third week, they don't like the food, things are getting tough. What do you say?
Get over it. See, I go back to, why did you want to do this?
Cindy,
And I've never, and that's why I'm letting them pick.
He does not say that. He does not
What's
say
it?
that. I know he doesn't say that. Go ahead.
What?
When someone calls and say, you know what, I only lost like a pound.
That's fantastic. You lost a pound. How are you feeling? Another one is, especially with ladies, they'll say, Ron, I only lost a pound. I said, well, how are your clothes feeling? Oh, I went down a dress size. Hello? In other words, it's proving your fat burning. But if somebody said, now, see, I lay out the food, and I've told them up front, it's not about the food. I told them how that I'm going to take it, so it's going to taste good, not gourmet. In other words, they know that, okay? And I can say, in 10 and a half years, I've had one person send the food back. And that was about 2 months ago, where this guy was so excited about it, but he didn't tell his wife. And she went nuts. I mean, ballistic. So I said, listen, man, you got to send it back. I don't want any food to go on here. I'll call the company. We'll have it sent back. Now, that's the first one in 10 and a half years. Do they quit after 2-3 months? Yes. But I've never heard anybody moan and groan about the food, because again, I tease them. I said, I do say get over it, especially if they do it the second or third week. I said, well, never order that again. That's why we have 80 different items. And I've never had anybody send anything back to exchange for. Now, maybe I'm just weird. But again, by letting them pick the menu, they'll never admit that this wasn't really good. Right? Because who wants to admit that I screwed up?
So you pick them, do you ever do a variety pack?
No, I don't. With the new program, with getting the 5 free, I let them pick and choose. In other words, I say, okay, we got 4 breakfast items. We have a choice of 4 oatmeal, 4 flavors of oatmeal, 3 types of pancakes, a blueberry muffin, or 2 types of eggs. And your drinks, you got 8 different items. You got your shakes, you got your cappuccino, hot cocoa. With your soups, you got 7 choices. Which is the best for you? You got 5 bars out of 12. Which one is best for you? Which ones do you like? And then with the desserts, you got 7 different soups. I mentioned that. And then your desserts. You got a choice of 3 puddings. You got a choice of brownies, of gingerbread, soft serves. Which would you like? That's it. $273.75. I offer the book. But again, what I do is I get them right on the ebook, Dr. A's ebook. I tell them you're going to get it right away, an email about Stop Challenge Choose. Right there's going to be the email that you can open and do the 12-week challenge. But Dr. A's ebook is there. It's going to help you, and you can find out and look through anything you want in that book.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to open it up right now. Does anyone have any questions for Ron?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for your words of wisdom. I just wondered if you have any specific type of questions that you ask your pre-coach material.
Yes, I ask them about their spouse, what the spouse does. I want to know about their children. I want to know how old the children are, because I know if they're 12 and 13, braces could be on the horizon. That's $550 for the next 22 months. I know that if they're looking for another vehicle or they want to go on vacation, I ask them, where do you like to go on vacation? Because they'll say, well, I can't go this year. So I said, well, what, if you really could go any place you wanted to go, where would you go? In other words, I'm just trying to find out where they are. My husband leaves Monday morning, comes back Friday, he's stressed out like crazy. You know, just questions like that. So when the time comes and they're excited and they're doing the program and they're feeling great, and I might say something, well, you know, you mentioned your children. I don't know if they're going to need braces, but I know when my kids did, you know, that was about $550 a month. And, you know, you've been doing great on the program. And if I could help you generate, say, between $400 and $600 in the next 30 to 60 days, would that be something worth pursuing? And then the answer is, well, no, I haven't thought about it. Or, well, maybe we should pursue it. I don't pursue it on the spot. I say, well, okay, let's get together. Or if they do say no, then I lose everybody. I'm gone.
Thanks.
Are you still there? Okay, if you're still there. But that's the way I find out about people. So then I'm going to pop that question to them.
So you're building some dreams in the middle of all that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because our business is built on dreams, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Great. Terrific. Is there anything else?
Yeah, anyone else have a question? All right. Well, it's actually 9:01. So if you have any other questions, again, you can reach out to Ron. Ron, you want to give your email or your phone number for people if they want to reach you?
Sure. My phone number is 941-932-3718. And if you'd like, you can text me, but all I can say is okay. But then I'll call you and give you the answer. So if you text me, expect the phone call.
I love it. You know, a huge business is built upon a conversation, right?
Absolutely.
Some things never go out of style.
Never will, never can.
That's exactly right. Well, I cannot thank you enough. And thank you all for being on the call. We'll have Ron on again, and we'll talk about maybe how we work with coaches, because you've been so great to me, and I know Jennifer and Gay as well. So, and our whole teams. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you very much for having me, and have a great day. And I look forward to seeing everybody at convention, July 9 to 11. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and we're going back to the basics.
Love it.
We're going back to KISS. Keep it super simple.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.